In this video, we're going to make another console program that practices some of these string methods. Let's go up here and click New Class. Let's make it a console program, and we're going to call this DomainSuffix. Just like that. Now, what is this program actually going to do? Well, it's going to read in from the console the name of some internet domain. You could think shschools.org or netflix.com or zoom.us or something like that. And what is this going to tell us? This program is going to tell us if this is a .com website or not. Now, feels a little silly that we're going to type in the website and then it's going to tell us yes, it's a .com or no, it's not, since hypothetically you have to type in the .com. But we're just doing this to practice strings. Let's start here. Let's say string URL equals read line, enter a URL. And then the question is, what do we want to actually do with that URL? Remember, here's our string methods, and what could this look like? Is it could be www.shschools.org, www.netflix.com. It could be, I don't know, cs.shschools.org. That's the computer science domain. /CSTA is actually a link we made for this conference we went to over the summer. So what kind of things are we looking at here? www.zoom.us, right? These are all different URLs. And what we're looking for is actually this piece, the domain suffix, which is the part that comes after the dot here. So you can see it here. This part here, it's not always just the last letters because you can actually have extra stuff after the domain suffix. What do I know about it is it's always after exactly the second dot. Now, think about what I just said there, the second dot. We know that there's going to be one dot before it, or one period before it. Eventually, I'm probably going to use index of to look for that period. And which one is it going to tell me? It's actually going to tell me the index of where the first one is. So I think I'm going to have to use index of twice to be able to do this. So let's do it. Let's say int, I'm just going to call it index equals url.index of, and let's do just a period. That's where the first period is. So what do I want to do now? Well, don't I want to get rid of the period and everything before it so that I can look for the second one? So let's do string rest, as in the rest of the string, equals url.substring index +1, because I want to pass over the period. I don't want to include the period in this. Then I need to find where the period is in rest, because now that I've gotten rid of the first one, if I do index of, I should be able to find the second one. Let's do index. I'm just going to use the same variable we used before, equals rest.index of period. And that should hopefully be where the second one is. Then let's do string suffix equals rest.substring index +1. Again, I'm grabbing everything after the period, not including the period. Now, the only thing is this isn't actually exactly what I want, right? If we look at the example here where I have cs.shschools.org/CSTA, this would actually grab org/CSTA, which is not the right thing to grab. We're going to actually ignore the websites like zoom.us. We're going to say that every suffix has 3 letters. So how do I just grab the 3 letters right after that period? Well, I can go from index +1 to index +4. Then I'll grab the one at index +1, +2, and +3, and not actually include the one at index +4. Now I think I actually need a little if statement to check this. So let's say if, and now here comes the time where there is one new thing I have to teach you about strings. We've learned 3 string methods of actually the 4 that you're going to need to know on the test for this unit. The last one that you need to know is the way to check that 2 strings are equal. Now you might be thinking, well, it's an if statement. Can't I just say if suffix equals equals com? But weirdly, equals equals actually does not work in the way that you expect for strings. To check if 2 strings are equal, you actually have to use dot equals. This is a method of the string class that lets you check and see if 2 strings are equal. We'll actually talk a little bit in more detail later on this year about why we use dot equals and what the difference is between the two. But for now, what you have to know is that you're going to use dot equals with some other string to check if 2 strings are equal. So if it is, let's just print line, it's a com. And then let's just do else, print line, nope. Again, super exciting program. Let's compile this and let's run the DomainSuffix program. And let me enter www.shschools.org, and it says nope. Let's run it again. And let's do www.netflix.com. Yay, it's a com. And let's do something where I add something after that, maybe www.netflix.com/shows. It's probably not actually a real URL, but let's see. And it does still tell me it's a com, even though there's things after that. So again, what was the point of this? Well, just kind of practicing some more string methods and a little bit about the idea of how can you find the second instance of some substring inside an overall string. So again, here we were looking for the second period. What was my process? I found the first one. I got the string that was everything after that first one, and then I found the second one, and then I grabbed everything after that I cared about.